Companies could soon be penalised for severe discrimination at workplaces as part of new legislation tabled in Parliament. The Workplace Legislation Bill was first mooted in 2021 and will cover all employment decisions from hiring to dismissals. Under the proposed laws, firms cannot discriminate workers on 5 types of characteristics, and these include their age, nationality, and sex. Authorities say these make up more than 95% of complaints today. And as for the remaining cases, existing guidelines on anti-discrimination will continue to apply. Those who don't comply will face penalties based on the severity of the cases. For example, if a firm indicates gender preference for certain roles in a job advertisement, the Manpower Ministry can issue directions or provide workshops and resources to correct stereotypes. If these breaches still are not rectified, the ministry can also impose thousands of dollars in fines. Firms can also be taken to court for more severe cases like intentional discrimination and unfair dismissal after an employee files a complaint. Still, MOM says it is focusing on education first to change mindsets and maintain workplace harmony.
We are heartened to see that existing protections in the tripartite guidelines for fair and progressive employment practices will be enhanced in law, so that workers can be assured of stronger levers to deter discriminatory practices. And at the same time, also allow them to continue access to individual recourse, including monetary compensation. But having said that, the legislation is not the panacea, and more needs to be done to achieve our vision of fairer workplaces.
Still, there are some exemptions, like if a firm has a genuine business need. For instance, a wellness centre with a mostly female clientele can indicate preference for female therapists, but they will need to provide that explanation to authorities if a complaint is raised. Prioritizing the hiring of locals, seniors and persons with disabilities will not be considered under this bill. Religious groups will also be allowed to indicate their preference for hiring someone from the same faith. For now, small and medium enterprises with less than 25 employees are exempt, as they may not have the operational capability to comply. This will be reviewed 5 years after the legislation takes effect.
They will probably need a bit more time to prepare for the law, especially in areas like strengthening the recruitment practices or needing to implement the grievance handling process. It's actually better for perhaps the bigger companies to take the lead on this. Many of them already have some form of established processes. So once the industry has somehow adjusted to the new law, then I think the SME owners, the employers, can have some reference.
A second bill will also be introduced next year. It will cover the rights and processes for private claims. The workplace fairness legislation will be implemented by 2026 or 2027.